Good morning, students. I am handling you 12th Biozoology. Hope you all are safe at home. Due to this pandemic situation, we are unable to meet at school. Let us pray God that this situation will come to an end and we all be meeting at school within a few weeks. Okay, students, in biozoology, there are 12 chapters. So we are having 5 units and 12 chapters. In today's class, we'll be discussing about chapter 1, reproduction in organism. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about the modes of reproduction, that is the different methods of reproduction. The two main modes of reproductions are asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So in this chapter, we are going to see all this. So all living organisms show a life cycle. So the life cycle involves birth, growth, development, maturation, reproduction and death. Reproduction is one of the basic feature of all living organisms. So starting from a small unicellular microscopic organism to a large blue whale, all living organisms reproduce. So reproduction is one of the fundamental features of all living organism. So what is reproduction? It is a biological process by which organisms produce their young ones. So each and every living organisms reproduce. The young ones grow and mature to repeat the process. So it is a continuation process. So what is the main significance or importance of reproduction means? Reproduction results in continuation of species and introduces variation in organisms. So the main importance or significance of reproduction is continuation of species. So the living organisms are continuing their races and introduces variation in organism. Variation means differences among the organisms which are essential for adaptation and evolution of their own kind. So the main purpose of reproduction is to continuation of species and introduces variation in organisms. So why this variation is important means, variation means differences. Variation is important for the adaptations in the changing environment. So the living organism has to be adapted to the changing environment. And what is evolution means? This small variation in each generation will result in a large variation called as evolution. Next we'll see about the modes of reproduction. So all modes of reproduction have some basic features such as synthesis, that is production of RNA and proteins, multiplication, that is replication of DNA, cell division and growth, formation of reproductive units, that is the gametes, and their fertilization to form new individuals. If you take the organisms, they exhibit two major modes of reproduction. So there are two major types of reproduction. One is called as the asexual reproduction and another one is called as sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction you can able to see in the very lower organisms such as the unicellular organisms. So what is asexual reproduction means? It is the reproduction by a single parent without the involvement of gamete formation is asexual reproduction. And the offsprings produced are genetically identical. So asexual reproduction involves only one parent. This type of reproduction involves only one parent and it involves no gametes. So there is no formation of gametes. And the offspring, that is the young ones produced, are genetically same as the Xerox copy of the parents. So there is no difference between the parents as well as the young ones. So this is called as asexual reproduction. And next is the sexual reproduction. When two parents participate in the reproductive process involving two types of gametes, that is ova and sperm, it is called as sexual reproduction. So sexual reproduction involves two parents and it also involves the formation of gametes. That is, gametes means the male gamete is the sperm and the female gamete is the ova. And it also involves fertilization. What is fertilization? Fusion of male and female gamete is called as fertilization. And the offsprings are genetically different from each of the parents. So in sexual reproduction, the young ones do not resemble their parents. So they will show variation. So this is the difference between the asexual and the sexual reproduction. So first of all, we will see about the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is usually seen in lower organisms. So it is the reproduction by amitotic or mitotic division of the somatic body cells. Hence it is also known as somatogenic or blastogenic reproduction. So mainly it occurs in so what is the difference between amitotic and mitotic means? The amitotic division mainly occurs in the lower organisms and it is a very simple cell division in which division of nucleus and division of cytoplasm takes place. It is otherwise called as binary division. So the asexual reproduction may occur by amitotic or mitotic, and mitotic division means it is the division which takes place in the body cells. Hence it is called as somatogenic or blastogenic reproduction. Asexual reproduction is widespread among the different organisms. It is commonly seen in the members of Protista, bacteria, archaea and in multicellular organisms with relatively simple organization. So it is mainly seen in very simple organisms with their body showing simple organization. The offspring show uniparental inheritance without any genetic variation. I already told you in asexual reproduction, the young ones produced resemble their parents like a Xerox copy. They don't show any differences. The different modes of asexual reproduction seen in animals are fission, budding, fragmentation and regeneration. So the different types of asexual or reproduction are fission, sporulation, budding, gemule formation, fragmentation and regeneration. First of all, we will see the first type of asexual reproduction, that is the fission. Fission is nothing but division. Fission means division. Fission is the division of the parent into two or more identical daughter individuals. There are 5 types of fission which are seen in animals. They are the binary fission, multiple fission, plasmotomy, strobylation and sporulation. So fission is nothing but the division of the parent body into two or more identical daughter individuals. So there are 5 types of fission: binary fission, multiple fission, plasmotomy, strobylation and sporulation. We will see the first type of fission, that is the binary fission. Bi means two. What is binary fission means? The parent organism divides into two halves and each half forms a daughter individual. So in case of binary fission, that is fission, the nucleus divides first amitotically or mitotically, that is called as karyokinesis. Kinesis means division, karyo means nucleus. So in case of binary fission, the nucleus divides first, followed by the division of cytoplasm. So after the division of nucleus, the cytoplasm also divides. The division of the cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. The resultant offsprings are genetically identical to the parent. So here the offsprings are genetically, they are identical to the parents. Depending upon the plane of fission, plane means angle, binary fission is of the following types. So what are the different types of binary fission means? They are the simple irregular binary fission, transverse binary fission, longitudinal binary fission and the oblique binary fission. So these are the 4 types of binary fission. First of all, we will see the simple binary fission in amoeba. So this type of simple binary fission is seen in irregular shaped organisms such as the amoeba. We all know that amoeba is a irregular shaped organism. Here the plane of division is very hard to observe. So in case of simple binary fission, in amoeba the contractile vacuole stops to function and they disappears. The nucleoli disintegrate and the nucleus divides mitotically. The cell then constricts in the middle, so the cytoplasm divides and forms the 2 daughter cells. So in case of simple irregular binary fission, first the nucleus divides, followed by the division of the cytoplasm, and it finally results in 2 daughter amoeba. So from one parent, 2 daughter amoeba are produced. So this is called as simple binary fission. Next we will see about the transverse binary fission. These are all unicellular, amoeba, paramecium, all these are unicellular organisms. Their body is very, very simple. So in case of paramecium, you can able to see the transverse binary fission. The plane of division runs along the transverse axis. Here the angle of division occurs in the transverse direction. Example, paramecium and planaria. In paramecium, you can able to see 2 type of nucleus, that is the macronucleus and the micronucleus. First the macronucleus divides, followed by the division of the micronucleus. So why the name transverse binary fission means? Here the angle of division takes place in the horizontal, that is transverse direction. So the name transverse binary fission. Next is the longitudinal binary fission. The longitudinal binary fission can be seen in case of Euglena. So why the name longitudinal binary fission means? here the angle of division takes place in the longitudinal axis. The nucleus and the cytoplasm divides in the longitudinal axis of the organism. That is vertical direction. The division takes place in the vertical direction, that is longitudinal axis. In case of Euglena, the flagellate, that is in flagellates. So Euglena is also a flagellate. What do you mean by flagellate? Means they will be having a long hair-like structure called flagellum. Why this flagellum? Means it is for the locomotion of the organism. So in flagellates, the flagellum is retained usually by one daughter cell. So during the cell division, one part of the, that is one daughter cell retains the flagellum. So one parent Euglena is going to split into two daughter cells. So during cell division, one daughter cell retains the flagella. The basal granule is divided into two and the new basal granule forms a flagellum in the other daughter individual. Example, Verticella and Euglena. So in Verticella and Euglena, you can able to see the longitudinal binary fission where the angle of division takes place in the longitudinal axis. Next is the oblique binary fission. What is oblique means? Oblique means slanting. Here the plane of division is oblique. It is seen in dinoflagellates. Example, Ceratium. So these are the different types of binary fission. So the different types of binary fission are simple irregular binary fission, transverse binary fission, longitudinal binary fission and oblique binary fission. So in today's class we have discussed about the first that is type of asexual reproduction, that is the fission. Fission means division of the parent into two or more identical daughter individuals. Again, there are 5 types of fission: binary fission, multiple fission, plasmotomy, strobilation and sporulation. In that we have been discussed the first type of fission, that is the binary fission. There are 5 types of binary fission. Students, go through this topic and complete the given assignments. Thank you.